Welcome ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the Dragonknight tank build for the Summerset chapter. Dragonknights are still going strong. I do have a written guide on my website, link in the description below. I do explain stuff more in depth there, and I also leave you a lot of good options that you can choose in terms of sets and skills. So this is just one possible option that I have here. When we look at our stats, they're pretty nice. 34k health, 20k or 21k max magicka, and 22k max stem. Then we also have really nice resistances, 32 and 28k. We're using the Lord Mundo Stone for extra health. Now, like always, you can adjust those attributes however you want. If you feel you need more health, go for it. Buff food wise, you want to use the tri-stat one, max health, magicka and stamina, and also tri-stat potions. They give 7.6k magicka and stamina back and 10k health, so that's so super strong. Another thing, I do recommend being an Argonian. Resourceful is one of the best passives in terms of racial passives in the game. When you drink a potion, you restore 4.6k health, magicka and stamina. Let me just quickly showcase this. When we dodge roll here and I use magicka. Now I pop the potion. So it basically goes back to full. So it's really easy to manage your resources if you're an Argonian because of this passive. On top of that, you get 3% max magicka, 9% max health, and you also get 5% increased healing done and healing received. So very strong. I also do recommend being a vampire because of the undeath passive. Reduces your damage taken by up to 33% based on your missing health while you are below 50% health. Just keep in mind, stage 2, 3 or 4 you take increased fire damage. But usually it's totally worth it. Please make sure to not forget to subscribe. If you want, you can also join my Discord. All links in the description. People are theory crafting, etc. Just information in general about Elder Scrolls. Now the set, this is my go-to mandatory set for every tank setup. Ebon Armory increases your max health by 1118 for you and up to 11 group members. So you boost the health of all your group members and yourself. So the chance that they actually die is smaller. Keep in mind we are on the PTS, that's why you see those boxes. They don't exist on the live server like this. Now, the second set, Alcast. This drops in Maw of Lorcash. This only works if you actually have a lot of synergies. Otherwise, you could, for example, also run Toruk's Pact, Brands of the Imperium, and a lot of other things, like Plague Doctor, etc. What does this do? When you activate the synergy, you send a shockwave from your position that deals 1.8k physical damage and an additional 12k physical damage over 10 seconds. Now comes the important part. Reduces the physical and spell resistance of an enemy hit by 3k for 10 seconds. So this debuff on the enemy will increase the damage of your group by a lot. On top of that, we are also running the Crusher enchantment with an infused trade weapon. So reduces the target's physical and spell resistance by 2100. If this is active and the Alcast debuff, you get like 5k extra penetration on the enemy. You do a lot more damage. On the second hand, we are running a weakening enchant. It reduces the target's weapon and spell damage, so they deal less damage to you and your group member. Very good. If you have infused, you also can keep up those buffs or debuffs almost 100%. Infused traits on the shields with tri-stat. Now in terms of jewelry traits, with Summerset, jewelry crafting got introduced. If you don't have Summerset, just run healthy or robust. Like Alcast only comes in robust. You could run Ebon Armory jewelry if you want, they come in healthy. Now I chose to use infused here. 2 infused shield play enchants, and you can see they have reduces the cost of bash and the cost of block by 324. So it's more effective or efficient. And the last one, we have Alchemy Acceleration. The potion cooldown is lower. Usually it's 45 seconds, but with this it's 8 seconds less. On my website you also can find a triple potion cooldown setup, which is technically the best in terms of sustain, but also the most expensive. Because you can get your potion cooldown down to 21 seconds with 3 of those 8 seconds if you want to. Then again, if you have to drink tri-stat pots every 21 seconds, goodbye gold. That's why I went with this option. You can also use Triune if you want to instead of Infused. If you think you don't need that much block cost reduction, stuff like that. Like I have on some of my other tank setups. The last set, Lord Warden, gives you nice spell and physical resistance, and on top of that it also buffs your group members again, so we're very group orientated with this setup in general. Make sure to have 5 heavy, 1 light and 1 medium, because of the Undaunted, metal gives you 6% more overall resources. Reinforced chest. On the small pieces you want to run sturdy, cost block reduction again, and on pants and helmet infused. Big pieces, the tri-stat enchants, and on the small ones you can run health enchant. I think I covered everything like that. Again, there's a lot of good options, keep that in mind. This is just one setup. Champion points, 40 here, 47 here. Sorry, that's actually wrong. Oh, 73 here. Now, well, it doesn't really matter whether it's here or here. The main reason why we have this is for tactician. When you use roll dodge to dodge an attack, you set the enemy off balance. And when the enemy is set off balanced, your group members will also deal more damage. I'm not sure how reliably it works, but there is, like, we cannot put points anywhere else anyway. And also when an enemy is set off balanced, your next heavy attack will restore twice the resource. Even more important. 15 here and 75 blessed for more healing. 81 Shadow Ward. We really need that, because it gives us block cost reduction 24%. 43 Tumbling. 43 Tenacity. 83 Warlord. 13 Heavy Armor Focus, 9 Bastion, 49 Hardy, 49 Defender, 48 Thick Skinned, and 16 here and 6. Keep in mind, you can play around with this. Like, this is a pretty basic setup. If you want a more specific red champion point setup for a trial, I also have an article on my site which covers that. If you want to put points into quick recovery, you can. Like, if you don't need points in Bastion or this year, you can put points in here. Usually I run like this so I get a little bit more healing. That also works. Really up to you. Just need to quite evenly spread those things. I also do have a 300 CP setup on my site. Passives. So you want all class passives, then one hand and shield. Heavy armor, medium you want the first two, and light you want also the first two. Vampire you mostly need the undeath one. Fighter's Guild, banish the wicked. Mage's Guild, get all of them. Suchic Order, you don't need them for this setup, but you could technically use Deep Thoughts instead of Balance, but Balance is more than fine for this. Undaunted, you need obviously the racial passives and alchemy medicinal use, so your potions last long. This is very important. Now in terms of skills, not much changed compared to the others, like to the previous update on this build. Green Dragon Blood, still a very strong heal. Draw on your Draconic Blood to heal for 39% of your missing health. This can be a very strong heal when you're low health. You also gain Major Fortitude, Major Endurance and Minor Vitality. This is very cool. Absorb Magic. This heals you for a percentage of the damage dealt to you. It's very nice. It also increases the damage you can block, and reduces the cost of blocking while it's slotted. Your main taunt, Pierce Armor, Igneous Shield. Now this applies Major Mending to you. This will even heal for more. I'm actually not sure if it shows. Yeah, you see. Before it was 39, now it's 47% of my missing health. And now it goes away and it is 39 again. It also applies a damage shield to you. And on top of that, Helping Hands. When you cast an Arf and Heart ability, you restore 9 or like 1k stamina. So when I dodge roll a few times and I use this, you see my stamina goes back up. Dragonknight tanks are so strong because you can manage your stamina very easily with this, and also Battle Roar. When you use ultimate, you restore so much resource. And on top we are an Argonian and we have Tri-Stat pots. It's really hard. Like, if you actually manage to run out of resources, then like it's basically impossible if you do it right. Okay. Balance. This is two things. First off, it gives you Major Resolve and Major Ward. So now look at my resistances here. 25, 21. I use this. Goes to 30, 27. Then also, you sacrifice 6.5k health for 3k Magicka. When we are low on Magicka, you can block, cast this ability, and gain Magicka. Now your healing and shields will be cut in half, but if you have a healer, like externally healing you, you don't get, like, that healer doesn't get any heal reduction or shield reduction. Only if you heal yourself. But you have seen, like, even if I drop low on health, I use the Dragon Blood a little bit and it goes up pretty fast. And most important, you can block cancel this. Again, if you want to use the Suchik skill, go for it. Pretty nice one as well. But you cannot block while using it. Magma Shell, another reason why Dragonknight tanks are so strong. It's basically 10 seconds God mode. You're not gonna die with this up. You're gonna barely take any damage at all. Plus it also applies a shield to your group members. Very nice. See, when activated, nearby allies gain a damage shield for 100% of their max health. That's really nice. Choking Talons for Trash applies minor maim on 6 targets, reducing their damage by 15%. And you also root the enemies. And somebody can use the Synergy Ignite, deals magic damage. Heroic Slash increases your ultimate regeneration because of minor heroism. It also applies minor maim to the target. Inner Rage, Range Taunt, Unrelenting Grip. This is your chain, costs Magicka. This is very, very reliable. And yeah, as long as you have Magicka, you can spam this if you want to. Energy Orbs. Now this is the flex spot. Usually healers use this, so you don't necessarily need to use this ability. But if you see your healer doesn't use orbs, they disappear. First off, they heal, and your group bodies can activate them to get 4k magic or stamina, depending whether they have more max stam or max. Like a Magicka DD will get Magicka back, and the stam DD stamina. Now, if you, for example, you can run a lot of other abilities if you really want to. For example, this here, Engulfing Flames, is very popular because affected enemies take 10% more damage from all fire damage attacks. This works for your group members too. If you have this on the target, everybody does 10% more damage with fire abilities. If you need more healing, you could run this, Volatile or Hardened. Because as long as you have ability active, like here, I mean, this also works, basically. And then you see, you get from this passive 12% more healing received. But I don't think necessary, and usually this you can keep this up easily anyway because it has a long duration. But again, there's a lot of flex spots. Like in the end, you need to know what you want to use when and in which dungeon or trial. Aggressive Horn, same thing. This is one of the best ultis. Gives max magicka, max stem, and max health 10%, and also you apply major force to you and group members, increasing critical damage by 50%. Just to showcase you how this basically works, you will see like a few mobs. I barely take any damage as long as I block. When I don't block, too bad. Pick up your buffs. You can use shield to apply a shield to me. Now when I drop low health, I can use Igneous Shield and then the Dragon Blood, and you see it went basically back to full health because the heal can crit. When I activate Absorb Magic, if a magic user hits me, it heals me also. So it's very easy to manage my resources and actually not die. You can CC them, debuff them, chain them if I want. Keep up my magicka. Obviously when there's a healer, it's even easier to keep up your magicka. And now when I use ultimate, I will show you, I will drop low on health. Now I use this. I get resources. And I barely take damage, even I'm not even blocking. Those mobs hit hard, this is in vet. Quickly show you the heals. Green Dragon Blood, max heal, 24k, so that's when it crits. Obviously we don't have high crit chance, so yeah. Average 10k. Absorb Magic, average 7k, so it's a lot of healing you can get from those two abilities. From this and this. This costs Magicka, this stem, keep that in. And again, balance is a nice skill, because you can sustain Magicka a lot, but it cuts your healing and shields in half. So use it wisely. When you know you have a healer with you, you can basically spam that. Then it's no problem. Then wait 4 seconds, then use a shield and you will have full strength again. But this is just getting used to the setup. Once you know how to use balance, Igneous Shield, the potions, you will never run out of stamina or magicka. That's more or less it. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe if you want to join my Discord, also link in the description. Hit that juicy like button. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.